सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Association to this intermediate training session. First, I would like to cover some few end games and then I will take you analysis of classic games followed by some opening variation. It is important we should improve in all the area, the end game, middle game and opening. Because we just concentrate on opening, we lag behind in middle game and end game. So I present to you first an end game, king pawn end game. White has doubled pawns. So I give you time. Hello Kamal Makecha. Endeavors, you try to solve it. Others will join. Since all are not here, I give 5 minutes time for the first position. Ivan Vishal Shah, welcome. So how should White play? Can White win this game? Suggest me some move. Suggest me. Wow. How can how can White plan to win? Yes, I will show fortress. I will show fortress from my own game only. Hello Ramakrishna, Malini Giridhar, welcome. So what is the plan? Means basically, normally such positions double pawn looks like a draw, but this is winning. You need to have a feeling. You need to have a feeling for positions. No, no, not F4. F4 will draw. If you play F4, it will be a draw. The point is now, okay, I will now suggest the moves. One more answer I want. I want one more somebody to suggest, then I will go. Since this is the first position, I give time. Very good. Very good, Ramakrishna. KE2. Ramakrishna, you want to activate your king. You want to activate your king to E2, but the correct plan here, if when you play king E2, he will play king D5 and now king D. So the king from E2 will come to G4. You should go other way around. This is wrong way. King E2 is a wrong way. So king G2. This is the correct approach. Now if you play king E2, he will play king to D5, king E3, king E5. That is the point. So he will play king D5. Now king G3. Now he has a choice. He can play king E5 or king D4. He can play king E5 or he can wait. King D4, the problem that for black I will play. Now he will play some move like king D3. He will wait. Now king F3. So he will try to attack the pawn from the rear. I mean, he wants to come to king E1 and keep a watch on the pawn. But now I play H4. Improve the other pawns. He will play king E1. Okay, but nothing better. So H5. Now I want to advance the pawn next to pawn to F5, winning easily. So he will stop. He will stop the pawn with he will stop the pawn with H6. What else? Now we make progress F5. This is winning. Black has nothing better. Suppose you keep waiting for the F2 pawn, then thereafter what I can do? I can play one more move. Why one more move? I should not go directly. This is bad. I want to improve the F pawn first. I want to improve the pawn to F4 before sacrificing. So improve the position. Patience in end game. Patience is an asset. Many times great players, impatient players, they do very badly in end game. So you need to be patient. For example, your mind will must be working like this. Why I should go? Why I should not go to king F4, then pawn F6? What is wrong with king F4, pawn F6? And then king enters to G6? No, you need to improve the position. King to G3. Then he will play some king E2, waiting. Now again, don't play F4. It's bad. So play king. He will come. Now play king. Now he is in Zugzwang. Now he is in Zugzwang. Because after he plays king F2, he has to stay near the pawn. Now I will play F4 and winning the game. Comes here, it is 2. Entry. This is the time I sacrifice. King E3, I come, I win the game. King, he will wait. Now king. Now he will take the pawn. We take the pawn. He will push. You are way ahead. You are way ahead. 3 move. उसको 5 move है. It is winning the game. Maybe you play G6 so that make him, don't allow him to go to G3 or so this is better. I think this is clearly better. This is better. Black pawn will reach only F3 and white queen will have the easy win position. So the winning plan, you should see, this is the method of playing. Okay. So this is very important. I hope you understand. Any question in this? That is the reason you should not play king d4. When you play at the first position, so here, no, you should play king to e5, giving more resistance. Okay, if you play king e5, now I will play king to g. What I can do? I should play king g4. You see, pawn f4, I will only go f4 after I seize the g4 control. Now this is the correct move. So he will play king f6. What else? Then f4, g6. And I start. Sorry, what I am doing here? Here f4. Now he will play g6 and then h4 and break. This is the winning method. Okay. Now this position, I want to get a break and create a pass pawn and win the game. Let us say, he waits with h6. Let us say he waits with h6. Doesn't play h5. I will force him h5. He waits. I can also wait. Now he has to break. He has to play h5. It is very important. Now these two squares are related square. This and this related square. Or I can make it green. I can make it green. I can make it green. This is related. I mean, I should go to the green only when black reaches that green square. So you should play now. Bad move. King f5 will drop. So king. I wait till he comes to f5. So what else he will do? Now he will wait. He will wait. Now I support. He will wait again. I come. This is winning. Now he comes here. Now don't go to e3, e2. Now he comes to f5. Gradually, you know how to win such positions. Then this is winning. And next I will come king here and then f5 break, and this is winning easily. I come here, take, and now king here. Maybe I should go little bit carefully. I should wait here. I think I should make when he goes to f2. So here I should go king here, pawn push, win the game. How do I win the game now? Ah, yeah. Yes, this one. Now he takes it. Now I don't have to go here. I'll come here. He cannot push the pawn. He cannot push the pawn. And now if he comes here, of course king will penetrate. And if he comes here, I break the opposition. I break the opposition and winning the game. So this is a simple win, you know. And in case he takes, in case he does not take here, uh, suppose whatever ke4, kf6. No, suppose here I make the move diagram. Maybe he will go instead of ke4, he may go some king comes. Maybe waiting, right? It is now white to play. So instead of now ke3, let us say goes king. New move. Now king e4. Now he will play king. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The same thing will happen. But the difference is now he will try to create a pass pawn. This also will lose the game. Now pawn into pawn, king into, and king e5. And you are faster than black. Then another thing, the skewer will come. Now both will queen, but white will have them. So queen g8 and queen h8 will pick up the queen. I hope it is clear. Now both will start race, race, race. And now white has the move, and you win with the square. So no, it is not a draw. My spectacle got some dust, so I kept it cleaning and it is drying. My spectacle got some dust, so in 5 minutes I will get it. It is got some dirt, some food fell down. I'm cleaning it. It will take time. So here the position. I hope you understand how to win such positions. Okay. So this is very important. The plan is to go via king g2, not king e2. This is natural looking, not winning. This will not win, draw. So you come king g2 and this is winning. Now the position, now the point is I told you kd4 how to win the game. I told you if you play kd4, then I will play and now h4, h5 and f5. And then improve the pawn to f4. Don't go to king f4. Improve the pawn. Don't play f4 right away. King g4. Now f4 and the break. So kd4 does not win. The systematic method. Now the whole point is if you play king e5, then this is winning. The point is this: you don't go to g3. It will draw. Now this. Now don't go to e3. You will play king f5. Once again, these are related square. These are related square. Don't go there. Only when you place king f5. And now it should win. Break and winning. And in case you don't play something like king e6 now, a trick if he will do that also loses the game. Suppose you play king e6, now also wins. And still the break and winning. Skewer. At the end the skewer will come. So this is okay. Now another diagram. Okay. The next diagram, king a7. White king is on a7 and black king on d3. And black has a knight on h1 all the way, so poorly placed, and one pawn for white to play. So what do you think? Can white win the game? Can white win the game? Find out. How to win this position? Find out. Can white win this game? So how should white win? White will push. White has nothing. White has to keep pushing the pawn. So black will play knight f2. With the idea, the knight will come to g4, e5 and c6. So he will start pushing. There is no great deal in this. So he has to come here. So you start pushing. Now white will enter. Black will enter. So this is in your mind. There comes the correct answer, Birabhadra Singh. Now queen is a draw. But king b8. This is the winning. This is the winning. This move wins. For example, now if you give knight check, for example, knight check, then I will attack the knight. And now you will come here to make a fork, then I will attack. I will come here to stop. He has nothing better than check. Then I come here. Nothing better than come, but then lost. This is one point. Now let us say he does not go knight c6 check. Now, for example, here he will not go knight c6 check. He will go knight e7. He will go now in c6 check. We saw it is losing. Let us k b8, not k b8 is correct. Now knight here. Now here this is the main line. Suppose you play here knight. Now what I'm going to do? I will play king to c8. He has nothing other than check, and now king. The knight is helpless. So the whole point is what black's problem is his king is far away. So this is the trick. King b8. This is this is the move that wins the game. Lovely move. No, not king f5. Not king f5. So king b8 wins the game. Okay. I think it's all right. Next. Is that clear to you all? I hope everything is okay. Yeah. So let us have, I think three rook and pawn, rook versus knight. I did not complete. I will do that rook versus knight. So the king c4, king e7, and rook a6, and there is knight on f4, pawn on where d3 e5, d3 e5. This position it is winning. White to play, white wins. White can win this, even though the knight is in a better position, that keeping the cutting of the king, still this will win. For example, all you need is a waiting move. A waiting move. In many times in end games, we have to pass time. So I will go far away where he cannot do. The knight cannot disturb the rook. So waiting. So he will also wait. Nothing more than that. He will wait here. What else? Now I play rook d6. Waiting. Again he will attack. Now king c5. This is the point. Now the pawn is protected. So the whole point is what I want is I want my king to come gradually closer to the other side. I mean I want to go to c7. So this is very simple. So after the move king coming to c5, what else you will do? Knight cannot move. If you move the knight, the pawn will be under attack. The pawn will be under attack. So he will have to move the king. What else? King f7. Now you have to very careful about entering. So maybe what I can do now. Now this I think this is better to keep the mobility of the rook. We should go king to b6 now. This is the correct move. So king b6, he will go king e8. Okay, if you go somewhere king to e7, then I will play king to b6, c6. So he will play king e8 now, waiting for king e8, and now he will play now king c6, 7, forcing him to come to king e7. Gradually, if you come king, I will enter king d7. So you are forced to come, and this is the time. Now you are forced to stop, but now I enter and zugzwang. It is a zugzwang now. Knight cannot move. The king will enter d5. So after king f7, the king comes and the winning move. Oh, sorry, this is winning. Over. Next, knight has to move. Otherwise, I will keep pushing the king. And then once the knight moves, I will go rook d3 and take the pawn and cut off. That is what I want. Finally, the knight has to move and rook e6 and exchange the pawn. After that, that is what I want. Now knight has to move. What else? Sorry, go right. Now knight has to move. Now rook e6, and now I will take the pawn. You collect my d3 pawn. I will take your. This should win the game. Now rook versus knight, cut off king. It should win the game. Now rook e3. Just I have already discussed this idea. I think the first position I discussed rook knight. Knight f4 cannot come, and now gradually you are pushed back and lost. So this is actually a very interesting thing. The only method, the king has to go roundabout way to kc7, kd7, and then only you can win. Okay. Now rook versus knight, normally cut off knight normally loses. Normally cut off knight will lose the game. I think one or two more diagrams I will do. For example, let us say here the let us say the king on e4 and king on e7. King d2, and rook f8 and then knight. White should win the game. This is an easy win for white because the knight is cut off. Now what you should do? Attack the knight. King f4. Sorry, rook f4. Rook f4. Knight cannot go to e3. Rook check and pick up. So knight cannot go anywhere. So only move remains, and the knight is completely cut off and lost. Now it is important that a player should be very careful. An Indian problem, a problem found in some ancient Indian books, archaeological department found. A chess problem was found. 1200-year old. 1200-year old. The theme was, don't go to e5 now. You go to king d5. Now king e3 and now king e5. Otherwise, now white to play in zugzwang. So this is the Indian problem. Now zugzwang lost. Now knight has to go to g8. No king move. If you move the king, then knight will be trapped by rook h4. So now he has to move the knight, and the knight will get trapped ultimately. So I will restrict the knight now. Restrict the knight. Rook h4. Is it working? It should work. If any 7, you cut off the rook. Now the threat is to play king to e6 and trap. My threat is to play king e6 and trap. So he has to move the knight quickly. Then rook h6 should win the game easily. It is easily winning. Okay. Now knight is cut off. So you wait with the king only. Rook e6. Wherever the knight goes, the knight is trapped. Finish. Knight c8. King d5. Okay. Knight e7. Whatever you do, it is lost. Knight f7. Whatever you do, the king will come and grab it. Lost. King will next come. So I think I have given some idea. Cut off, the knight is out of near, not near the king, normally loses. But you need to get the right square to control, dominate the knight. So I leave this theme. Let us go. Let's go. Okay, Kasparov. I can suggest the for calculation. I would say, uh, you know, I recommend some books. Number one book I would recommend is Lessons in Chess Strategy by Valerie Bain. Lessons in Chess Strategy by Valerie Bain. Then second book, there are a lot of good books by Jacob Agard, Arthur Yusupo, Alexander Panchenko, Middle Game, Dostoevsky's books. Okay, so let's see. Want to take you to great Boris Spassky. Spassky did not pay so much importance to the opening. He was a master of open games, open lines. He understood the central pawn tension very well, where how to arrange the pieces in a typical central formation. So his middle game and attacking ability and control of open lines was perhaps the greatest player in this area, in the art of attack in open line and pawn tension in center. So he had an excellent feeling for that. He takes the opening very simple. So in this particular position, white is ready to take hanging pawns. Hanging pawns is not bad. It will give active play, but don't exchange the pieces. When you have hanging pawns, don't exchange the pieces. So welcome for hanging. Pawn takes, you take, give me hanging pawns. Ideal setup. Now pawn into pawn, ed4. The hanging pawn is very active. Now you need to make, you cannot wait, black will take the pawn. You cannot wait, you have to make progress now. Now d5 is not coming. So you should open up in b3 and put pressure. I think this is a bad move. He lost patience. Now after developing here, the both players have developed. So you should make now waiting moves. Now the point is where to make waiting moves. You cannot leave. You cannot leave. The next six will be problem. You can't leave. So it is important to learn to wait. Perhaps the queen move deserves attention. Asking why to clarify the situation. This is I'm giving two choice. Either you play queen b8 or you challenge hanging pawns. Black should challenge, but this is good for white. White should welcome to open the game. So I would say black peasant, but grandmaster don't do waiting moves. They want action. They want to do some activity. No passive moves. But perhaps this is the move that deserves attention. Asking white to clarify. I think this bad position. This is you will cause the downfall slowly. Now he is running out of waiting moves. Otherwise, what will happen? Suppose you do not take, you again make a waiting move, and d5 comes. Knight to knight and d5. I will keep on taking. Now the pawn d5 into. The pawn is going all the way. So I will play pawn push. Threatening to Sutter. You will take. I'll take. This is a bad position. Okay. So here he goes for knight into knight. Finally, he got hanging pawn. Then if you have to do hanging pawn, why create a weakness? This would have been like this. It was better. The pawn was on a7 only. Now the plan is clear for white. White wants to pull the bishop and enter the queen somewhere here or here and then come enter. This is the plan. The queen now will go to the long diagonal and then enter. Okay. So this is hardly any makes difference. पानी है अभी यहाँ. Thank you. So yeah. Okay, if you do not do, I will pull the bishop. If you do not exchange, you return, the knight will come, bishop will come back to b1 and queen c2, d3 and then enter, winning the game. This would be dangerous. So he comes, pawn push, winning. Wonderful play. A game reminds me of Ivkov Karpov. Ivkov Karpov. Now I will bring the rook to e line and then mating attack. The only move is f6. I guess the only defense. And now g6 weak, everything weak. The only move is f6. Would we finish? He resigns now because king d7 loses to queen check, queen d5 and back, and bishop f8 loses to some rook e1 and winning. So the whole point is black's not willingness not to take hanging pawns. You see, at this moment, I would say both have down. All arrangement. This is also I understand. Now you must take hanging pawns. You have to accept the hanging pawn. Why play f5, f4 and then give? Do it now without weakening. So, okay, the position will be slightly better. Like I will show you, Smyslov beat Ribli. Same hanging pawns. Smyslov was already 64-year-old when he played the candidates. Probably the oldest player to play candidate match at that age. No, I think, I think Smyslov, the oldest player, 64, 65, playing a candidate final to semi-final. I think candidate semi-final. Yeah, semi-final. So you beat him, then you go to final and go to world champions. I think he beat Ribli, Smyslov, and then he played Kasparov and lost, and then Kasparov played Karpov. So let us go to that game. So here he should have taken that pawn. The pawn now hanging pawn, and now this position is complex. You should move the queen and wait. This is how the game should have played, but white is better, but it is better than what it was. My slow Ribli, I want to show. Oh, this is IQP. Another game is hanging pawn. Necessary. You have to take it now. There is no good move. You are running out of developing moves now. So various moves are there. Now rook e1 is the main line. This is the main line. Okay, but anyway, this is also good. So forcing a weakness. Okay, I will tell you that if you play this g6 move, then bishop h6 is coming. This is unpleasant. So you have to do the weakness, unfortunately. Pressure on d5. What stands better? The main problem is the black pieces are unable to coordinate. Nothing better. What else? What else? I cannot recommend anything now. The position itself. So very well played. Idea bishop d3 creating one more weakness. This is not going to help. This is not going to help. What to do now? A critical moment. Yeah, yeah. 1985. So it is 1983. Ribli he lost to old Smyslov. The point is both are technicians. Both are technical player. I mean, Smyslov is a pure technician, and Ribli is also technician. But Smyslov was more prepared because of the Russian team. They worked all the openings for Ribli. So Smyslov had an advantage over Ribli because of a team preparation. Yeah. Now this position is plus. So Smyslov bumped it up, bishop into bishop, and the Russian knight is coming. Now the Russian knight is entering, followed by knight h5. I like this. Now you capture, it is very bad. Then your g7 will not be protected. Knight e5, d5. This is just very bad position. Now what are you going to do? You have to play knight. You have to protect. So only move. I think if you don't want to exchange on e5, this is the only move. Finish. What a finish. What a finish. Okay. Forced. What to do now? I want you to think how Smyslov mopped up, how Smyslov winded up, finishing grimly. Hello, Nandini Lakhwani, Sritu Nandi. Yes, there comes, there was correct move. Correct move. Not pawn into. Pawn into, bishop into will survive a long time. If you play pawn into bishop, you will survive long time. Resistance. But after this, once the bishop is gone, the defense will crack. The defense will crack. Beautifully played. What else? Anyway, it is going. Anyway, bishop check, queen check, queen check. So anyway, it is losing. So he wants to make a damage. Before dying, cause as much damage. अब तो गया. Whatever you do, it is lost. D7 बचाओ. Pawn into h6, queen h6 is finished. It is mate. It is leading to mate. So this another beautiful move. The whole point is, I am giving this move double exclamation mark. The point is now if you capture it, it will lead to checkmate. If you play capture, if you capture queen into pawn, I have showed you the puzzle. I have showed you the puzzle. Maybe 2, 3 days, 4 days back, I showed you. After queen takes pawn, how to win the game. Now, white to play rook into. So queen g7 and the queen will fall. This is really great at that age. This cannot be preparation, all these things. So here, all the last 4, 5 moves he has played absolutely brilliant. Really great. It is not the file the diagonal. It is he is opening the diagonal. If you don't take the pawn, it is lost. So he takes, but then check, 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 and now pawn push. Idea, whatever you do, knight check will pick up the black queen. Pick up the black queen. Finish. A great game, and he deserved. And one more victory. He beats Ripley very easily. Unbelievable. Ripley was very young and great talent of Hungary. And he beat him so easily. Now one more game of Smyslav Ripley I will give. No, 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 not Anand. It is okay. Maybe some other game I will give some other time. Ripley's game. Smyslav Ripley. This game. Anand Ripley. There are some players, they never became world champion or candidate or but they reached to a great height, great potential. For example, somebody coming up from Russia is not very difficult. The country support was there. Now there was a team of grandmasters. They are forced to work for some world champion or great players. Now, for example, Magnus Carlsen, the Norway government supported him. So, how much sponsorship you want? You want Gary Kasparov to a trainer, you will ask a astronomical figure. But the government support is nothing. So, Anand did not get that kind of support. What government gave him award, and that too not Bharat Ratna. They gave some other very lower awards. The government should have supported Anand when he was playing Kasparov in the PCA World Championship. In 1995, he should have got government support to hire great players as a trainer. So it was very important. Anyway, so Anand and Dribbly match this game. Excel, excellent game. Yes, yes. When Anand was 21, he was not 2700. He was 2650 around that because at the age of I think 1991, he played the candidates with Karpo. So he was not 2700 that time. Hello, Swam Das and Tirth Shah. This variation is no more popular, but he wants to simply exchange lot of pieces. Now the old theoretical line, Fischer and Kovacevic, Fischer played this move. Idea, you take then this endgame is very bad. Fischer very strongly outplayed his opponent. Okay, but two bishop you will have, but at the moment he played the simple one, Queen d3. White has an advantage. E5 is coming. What else? Suppose you play h5, position idea, you want and open the line. This is not going to do. You should not make this kind of silly errors. For example, now how I would react to this position. I would now react to the position, get rid of the bishop, so that I can relocate the king back. Now bishop into bishop. If you play queen into and knight here, white is doing great. Next, I will come back and there is a good position later on. Rook d1 will come. So I am going to now push g3, king g2, maybe s3. So this is not a great move. That's why it is played by some players who want to go for some premature attack and tactics. I will discuss that sometime. White has to now find a plan of attack. Why this move? In attack, the knight will play a key role. If you come here, he will take bishop into, and that will not be easy to attack now. Suppose you come directly, he will take, and you take, he will play f5. And this position I don't see. Arre, 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 no, 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 no. I don't think so. I should not do that. When you play here, I should, when you play knight e4, maybe I should not take. Your double attack is coming. Let's see what is in what we will do here. Maybe I will regroup. I will play bishop to here e7 and then rook c8 and then take. This could be a possibility. Okay, so he decided to take that and enter. I want to enter e4, but why not damage? Before going here, why not create a damage here? Wonderful. Action after completing development. Now you say f5. This is somewhat premature. You need the rooks ready to come. So it is in the air, complete development and attack will play now. The position is passive, a backward pawn and an open line, everything is ready. The attack is on the card. The attack is on the card for white. We can forced. Anything you do will turn out bad. And this is also will turn out bad. I will open up. No, I will take pawn into pawn, then clearly better. You play f5 and pass, and then clearly better. Or you can also come back later on. So this is the only move here. Bishop into knight. There are so many weaknesses. This is a backward pawn. This is sorry, backward pawn, backward pawn. The rooks are ready. Rooks are ready. This is very bad position. Plus minus. Sacrifice is coming. Even a rook sacrifice in many games, many variations. Many variations, even a rook sacrifice is coming. Suppose you play rook c6 and now idea I am now forcing d6 then rook into. Now rook c5 has to be played. Suppose there is no time for you, now play g6. The actual game g6 was played, rook into. Lost. Of course, all this looks easy, but taking a decision at that particular moment was hello Adi Jain. Yeah, all over. It should lead to mate. Nothing can stop mate. So it was a great game by Anand. By the way, that Fisher Kovacic game also I'll show. It was slightly different, but I will show that game. Uh, Kovacic, I guess. Give me a second. I'll say find out. I think it was Kovacic only. No, not this. I think maybe I missed. I will see that later on. I'm not able to. I don't want to waste time searching. अभी अभी ठीक नहीं हुआ है वीरभद्र, ठीक नहीं हुआ है. So I will sort it out, no problem. It was 1970. Yes, maybe it was 1970. Okay. Okay. 1970, that and that particular variation. So this particular position, White's plan is simple. He wants to advance the king queen side pawns. This is bad. And the reason I picked up the game, that a player should play scientific. What is White's plan? White is playing simple. He wants to play BD2, A3, B4, B5. Want to advance the pawns on the queen side. So if the center is closed, black can attack. Suppose the center is closed. Let us say pawn on D5. White will play E5, F5 and all attack. So even an attack does not succeed. So black should complete development now. For example, now I would say black should play now E6. Even knight F6 and castle. Black should just castle quickly. Many plans are there. Suppose now I am black. What I will do now? For example, a move like I will play bishop D7. You will ask me why BD7? Why not developing the knight? Okay, I will reveal my plan. BD7. Now let us say he plays knight F3. Now I will play RB8. Now I will castle. This is the moment I was waiting. Now I will play knight F6. The reason I did not play knight F6 earlier, now for example, you will ask me why rook B8? Why not knight F6 now? But this is H4 will come. This is the problem for black. Now knight F5, H5. White has an advantage. All this maneuver was done. White Botvinnik, black Grigoric. So until and unless white castles, black should not play knight h6 till white castle. So more waiting move. So I made a waiting move. So here I make a waiting move. Let him develop. Then I make a further waiting move. Now castle. Okay, you can make further waiting move. In this case, now I'll play a6. How long? You are now everything is done. You have to castle. Now the moment you castle, I bring the knight. So now the knight f5, which you cannot dislodge. And this is definitely bad. To stop the knight, you can't do a move like f4. So next, whatever you do, knight f5, then castle, nice position for black. But this, this is bad. Definitely bad. Unscientific play. That means you are going to castle where? This castling is very weak because the bishop is ready, rook is ready. You cannot castle queen side. Then you want to castle to a loose position or keep the king in center. So these are unscientific moves. Idea why? Because if you want to play h4, no, I will play h3. If you play h4, I will play g4. I will play g4. No, this is a target. This pawn will be a target for me. After bishop g5, knight f3. Another bad move. The idea now white cannot castle. After knight a2, you cannot castle. See, note that white action is going on. White all move are going with for activity. Black is unable to coordinate. It was better to play queen and castle. It was better. Even though it is bad, it is better. Maybe it is you can't play because ND5 is coming. So it was better to play castle quickly. Even though it is not a sound castle, still it was okay. Better than in the game. Bad move. Very weak. Now I will regroup the knight. I want this knight is redundant. So I want the knight coming here. So this knight will come. Very nicely played. White pieces are centralized. White continuously improving. And now the expansion will start. Pawn b4 will come. So supported anyway. The position, black pieces are cramped and doing nothing. I will tell you, when I was young, I saw these games. I simply did not understand. Yes, what is this is doing? Not giving a threat and just saying third rank is moving. But actually, now I find that these positions, black was helpless. No good move, no good plan. If you capture pawn into e4, it is plus minus, opening the game for white. So you cannot play e5, that is nd5 will come. Whatever do, it is a bad position. And apart from that, white has another ready-made plan. He can push this pawn and then start advancing. This is also another plan. Cannot do anything. G7 bishop hanging. Opening center. Now he has under. Now white will take. Open the central front. Now push the bishop to a bad square. Plus minus. The position is already gone. Force bishop into space, center, and rooks are ready. Any opening, white pieces are more ready compared to black. So the whole idea, the queen c8 move, that h5 move, they are very bad. Not doing anything. They are not doing anything. This is all rubbish. This is very bad position. Okay, I leave this game now. No need to go further. It is bad position. Okay, this is it is somewhat like Sicilian 4 knight. The pawn is not on e4. White is little better already in the position. Now the point is, opponent is cramped. So knight and knight will only help black. So how are you going to develop the c8 bishop? The plan is clear, very clear. Here rook d1, rook c1, and got a fantastic position. Pressure on d6 and the diagonal. The position I would say already plus minus. When we reach, I will tell you the theory of plus equal plus minus. Plus equal is till you reach point 1. In the when you feed the position in some engine or computer, then it gives plus 1. That means you are like a pawn up. If it gives plus equal 0.83, it is almost like a pawn up. Suppose it gives plus equal 0.40, 0.50, it is little better. Not winning. But this position is plus minus, that means clear better. Not winning yet, but whatever you do, white pieces are designed in such a way ready for any kind of activity. The focus is on queen side only. Of course, the total focus of white is on queen side. The pieces are gunning. This piece is gunning here. This piece is gunning here. And the rook. All these things, everything is designed for queen side activity. The b6 square weak, the pressure on c6, pressure on d6, rook d1 is coming, rf d1 is coming. rd8 is not possible because of the weakness on b6. I think the position is now, I would say, nearly winning now. It has, you can say it is like 0.2. If you put it to computer, it will give 1.5 or 2. This is a typical rook against a queen. Otherwise, I am winning a pawn. Take and winning a pawn. So, lost position. This is just very bad. Four attacks. Four attacks on c6. Totally outplayed. This is actually a player. Now, I will tell you, when a player is outplayed, no, he goes for further and further bad moves. Now keeping queen on the board, some complication. He wants an end game which is nearly hopeless. Hopeless. This is childish actually. One piece down and just bad position. So where is the mistake they are doing? I will tell you here. Let us go back to the game. Always find out how opponent could have improved the game. Nothing wrong. So far so good. No problem. No problem. No. I would not do this move now. Now I would like to do g6 b7 castle. This is one possibility. Okay. This is not losing it in itself. So far it is not in the wrong direction. And now this is not correct. You should play actively. Now I want you to suggest, hello, who is this? Biramatar Singh? Samurai swords are ready. Yeah. Black should not exchange queen. Yes. Good one. Now in this position, if this is passive, you should always play actively. For example, this is a good move. It is a good move. Because I will come for attack. I will come for tempo. You should not play passive moves. Now pawn takes pawn is bad. You lose the center. Now I will play pawn into pawn, not knight into pawn with active play. Somewhat like Tara's type of position. So this is the move you should play actively. The first move in the wrong direction. I would say just mechanical. I want to develop castle. Not yet losing. Bad. Further bad. One bad move I can understand. Not a bad move, not inactive move. But this is definitely a question mark. I don't understand why you want to play this move. Why? Now I suggest you please find out how can you improve the position. Now, how means basically I need to complete development. So why A6? Why A6? You can play in gambit style. You can play in gambit style or try to develop. For example, now I think a move like I can play in gambit style also. I can give this take, take, take. It is not. It is compensation is there. Now bishop cannot come out easily. So you need to support the B2 point before developing, and you have to waste one move with the bishop. I get basically two moves in return for giving the pawn at the open line and two moves. You have to return the bishop and you have to support the pawn or you have to push whatever. There is compensation. But I would not give. For example, there are players who are happy to play such kind of positions. But for you, I will recommend not to give a gambit. I would say that here, I would say that this is a good move. First to defend, now you play this move. So I am able to coordinate my pieces. Now I will play some rook b8 and then complete development. This is how you should play, maybe. But this is a pure positional mistake. I will write back. Just a minute. 1 minute. Will you back? Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is a typical error that should avoid. You should avoid such kind of error. Okay, I'll go to the next one. The point is that this started actually Botanic played this once, and it many people followed it. The idea is not committing the knight, so you cannot enter a theoretical line. But this is not great. So it is not a Nimzo Indian. The trick of black, he wants to play f5 and knight f6. Now the advantage is he has not played, instead of playing Nimzo Indian, he wants to play f5 knight f6 with a like a Dutch and like some kingside attack and center. This is how it is to be played. F5. Now ask question. You take double bishop. Already white will have something in the pocket. After you take, already I can say I have bishop pair and it is good now. Now you come here. Now I may play here b4 castle, bb2. With the idea I can prepare long castle also. I can prepare long castle and start an attack. I can start expanding on the queen side. I mean king side. So next move I'll prepare s3 and now rook g1 g4. So I'm ready to castle this side. So I will open up the king side after s3 rg1 and expand on the king side. So in the game he plays bishop back. Okay, plus minus. You know, Paul Carus wrote a small book long back. I think his book was written in 1950s maybe 50s. Fantastic. So he discusses this kind of pawn advance. It is bad. If you play g6, take, and knight g3 is clearly winning. G6 is bad. Now g3. You can't play g5. Weakening the then knight s5, queen s5 will come very quickly. So plus minus. That means the whole idea in this position. Note, no, please note this. Note this. Now, if you play in this position, now normal mechanical. Suppose you go logically, mechanically knight f3. Then you will not get anything. You know, this is what you will walk into the black's plan. Now, if you play mechanical, the standard knight f3, bishop and castle, he will play f5. Now, you will play bishop, he will play knight. You will play castle. This is an excellent position. I mean, black will try for an attack. He will plant a knight. You can say Russian knight. And now bring the queen to king side like a Dutch defense. He will get very active play. That is the reason a typical situation deserves that in this structure, when you have played f5, mechanical knight f3 does not suit to the requirement of position. The correct plan is knight e2. And then this is very good. Clear plus minus. Now the plus minus, the position is just bad. Center is bad. H file is open. So his open line, center, even piece activity also, white is better. Okay, so this is just bad position. Now, I will tell you, when a player is outplayed, he is very upset. So this is bad. Now f4, finish, finish the game. Now another bad move. Whatever you it is lost, another bad. How to react? How to react such a person? Actually, whatever you do, it is plus. Even queen a4 check is plus. I would say queen a4 check is also plus. But this is simple plus. After taking, you will get me a square on d5. If you play bishop and bishop pawn into, I will get nd5. This is bad. Giving extra square for queen and knight. Queen coming also losing. Knight d5 will come. So in the game he played this plus. He can give up rather. There is nothing. Okay. So the whole concept where the players are making mistake, I will see. So here, this particular system, he has played here knight. Now it is not too late for him. He should return now knight, going to a normal structure. The position will go to a normal structure. Knight coming and then you go to the standard opening theory. But this e3 and this is just correct move for white. Okay, I go to the next. Yeah, search in Google the stone one game. Which game are you talking? Bellico. Yeah, Bellico Bakre, Grandmaster. Bakre was not Grandmaster that time. That game was bad. That was actually a good game. That was a good game. Let's see. Let's see. It was a surprise move. Oh, Bellico. Okay. No. Still the problem is persisting. I'm unable to do that. I'm unable to go. I'm unable to go. Uh, I have to go this way, which is not working. Anyway, I think it is there probably somewhere here. It should be. Okay, I will find this way. Maybe I will find. Uh, Black is Bakre, no? I will find out. Taking a lot of time. Chess base 16 आ गया. I think I should take chess base 16. So all this problem will not be there. Bakre. Give me a minute. It was a good game. I remember some knight sacrifice comes. Knight sacrifice come unexpected. अरे भाई ये क्या है ये? BAK. Ah, it has come. I think it has come. Okay. I'm unable to locate that. I'm unable to locate that. Probably it will be there. So, okay, let's see. Forget that. Let us see this games. A very good sacrifice. Simply black was helpless. Center. If you give center to a world champion, he will be too dangerous. A system now not correct system. How to handle this setup for black? I will discuss. Not the correct move. No counter play. Bad king position. White has open line, a superior coordination, and better center. Now every time you improve the position. Now exchanging you will help. You will improve black's position. This will bring black. So I would rather maintain a tempo G4, G5. Now this is very annoying. After this, I will have a threat of H5 and a threat of G5. This is just positionally gone. You cannot do B5. That will invite knight A5 and NC6. Weak squares. It is gone position. Bishop into C4 is just horrible. Bishop into knight, a backward is H7 pawn. Too much this position. Okay, I will tell you this position is lost now already. This is just horrible position. I will show you how you should have played it. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. Now you should not play this. See, you are occupying center or watching center. If you play E4, E5, D4, D5, you are occupying center. When you play G6, BG7, you are watching the center. It is not bad. Now the bishop is watching the center. So you should focus to pressurize on the center. How can you do that? How can you do that? You should now prepare to strike at E5 at right time. Now instead of playing C5, I would rather say H6. H6. So you will go back like this, and now I will play here. Knight, maybe here. Let's see this position. I will wait till the bishop develop. So I would like to play knight. Now you will play knight, bishop d3. Now I will play castle. You will play knight. Now I am going to play NC6. Now castle. Now E5. This is a good position. Black is okay. Now you play pawn push. I will come back. It is not a king's Indian. It is not a king's Indian, but that you have to play now this move. This is annoying. You have to play this, and I think the position gets good chances. This will give offer some good chances for black to play on king side, play on queen side as well. So you should have played here h6, prepares him that I want this move. I want this move in the air. This is my plan. But I will not do right away. Then BB5 can come. So if I play directly, suppose I want to play directly knight here, BB5 white is better. So I want the bishop to develop either to D3 to watch the pawn, and then the knight will come. So then here, no, this is not H6. You decide, don't pin my pawn. So defend the pawn. Now the bishop is already busy in defending the pawn. So here is the time, castle, and then knight, preparing for e5. This is how you fight for, you have to give some threat on the center. But if you play c5, it is equal to surrender. I believe me, it is equal to surrender. Weakness on h6. But when you are playing modern defense, if you do not want weakness on h6, then you should play in this move order. You should play here. Now, you should play e4, d4, d6, e4, e4, knight f6. Then the weakness will not come. Now knight c3, now g6, now bishop g5, bishop here. There is no weakness. I will castle, nc6, and then e5. Now because the move order has come like that, I have to play h6. So here, there is a difference is here, bishop g5 already has come. So here on this position, maybe it is possible. I think this will get an advantage. Now castle, I think queen e2 will get an advantage. Now if I threat is coming already. Okay, so these are the typical play in center. For example, I will show you one game in the central tension. I will show you one game. The game between world champion 5. Uh, okay, I will show that game so that I guess it was Taras. Black was white was Taras. Taras is T. I think this is the game. Is this the game? Not this. Mhm. Yeah, this is the game. This is the game. This is the game. Center holding variation. This variation is not bad also. I mean, the player who don't want lot of theory, they can play this type of position against Italian Guico piano. Pushing is bad. You push, the knight will come back to d8, d8, and d6. There is nothing here. You get white gets nothing with this push, and you capture the piece play is coming. So this is called the center holding variation. Queen e7. Okay. So castle. How to play this position? Alekhine, he was really a great thinker. How should you play this position? The point is, now the rook is against the queen. The rook is against the queen. So black makes already a developed piece. He goes here. The feel for center. How to counter attack on center. He wants to target this pawn. But rook is against the queen. I want the rook coming here and the queen coming here and then the pressure. This is the whole point. Now, normally a developed piece, nobody goes back. Perhaps you will find hardly in the entire chess history, maybe some few games you will find like this, going back. Why this move? Because after pawn push pawn into pawn, the doubling threat is there. So it makes everything safeguarded. Now, okay, this is a mistake. Maybe it was better to play here. It was better to play queen b1. This was a superior move, but this is a natural looking developing move, and after pawn takes pawn, black has the initiative. You cannot play pawn into pawn, white, knight b4, and I will take the bishop with a clear superior game. Minus plus. So you have to take with now the center is blown. Minus plus. You take knight into pawn with a small spatial threat. That is a spatial threat. Double bishop. Go back. I think it is already black better. So you can see that Alekhine, he had the concept, a feeling for position, how to play, a feel for center. Okay. No, no, I don't need pigeon. I can search that game. I can search that game, Bellico. For example, there is another way to get that game. Okay, I will go. I will do that. But I had to sort out this problem. This one. Okay, I can go like this. I can go like this. Then play player. Then I go to Bellico, and I go here, this one, Vladimir. Then I go F5, and then I go to clipboard, and then I can find. This is taking a long process. So here, this is taking a long process, but the game will be there. Here, this is the game. So here, the defect is the bishop move was not good. So in this position here, he need not have given the check, resting time. If you have gone there, you should do activity. Now again you lose time. The whole point is this loses time. Now there is a threat. You should better go back now. You should rather quickly go back so that you can play c6. Now he ignored. Already threats have come. Now if you want to play c5, the bishop is cut off. You want to play c5, a3 will cut off. The pressure. I think it is very bad position for black now. Bishop on knight, the rook knight is entering to d6. Positionally only it is lost. Bishop takes knight and knight is entering. The queen is decentralized. The king position is bad. This is all weak squares. So positionally it is bad and misplaced queen. So the whole idea of BB4 did not turn out good. Now he wants to open up. I want to take and open the diagonal. You want to take the knight, pawn push, and queen will filter here to f6. So ignoring that. Idea bishop and knight, finish. Now what is the use of extra piece? The file is not is controlled and queen is out of misplace completely. Gone. So the point is it was Bakre was improving still. I think he was not yet IM that time. I don't think he was IM that time. So she was still improving the game, and this game Beliko got clearly outplayed him. Now even extra piece is useless here. The rook will enter. So here I want to take to an opening variation. Since there is not much time, I will go a short opening variation. Maybe I will not able to cover this opening variation. So let's go to D00. I will take this one. And how to play against a London Gambit. These two I will cover. I will cover D4 E5. Why it is played, I will tell you. Now D4, many players they in their repertoire they play Budapest Gambit. Budapest Gambit actually I have a low opinion. Budapest Gambit, center counter, these are second-rate openings. But some people play because they trust, they read the books, winning with the Budapest. They read the book. So Budapest Gambit is playable, but it is bad. So if you play, I can avoid the Budapest. Now D4 knight f6. Now C4 E5. This is called Budapest Gambit. Now pawn into pawn, knight coming here. Then knight f3, knight c6. And now you can defend the pawn. But then, if you come here, then he will have a third attack. Now if you come further, there are problems. So he can give a gambit further. Okay. So he can give the f6 move later on also. So Budapest Gambit, I would say black gets sometime active play. This deserves attention. What you call, this is called known as Frazovic. This is known as Frazovic. Okay, the spelling you ignore. Frazovic Gambit. So after D5, knight E4 is the pure Budapest. And for this, I recommended to you. What was my recommendation? I told you to play E3. I told you E3 directly attack. And then I recommended knight S3. Idea, the knight is coming to center. Now, this if you insist on this, then this is a good position. Next, you are helping me development only. You are helping me. You are helping white to get more and more development. I will have a better center. The knight will come, and now bishop and bishop is bad. You castle. Then I will play NC3. Then you have to surrender for the bishop knight. And in case if you play here stopping my knight f4 plan, then white can play g3. Now bishop e7, bishop g2, castle, castle, maybe knight c6. Now I can play f4, making this is a backward. I mean badly placed knight. Now knight c3, then knight f2. This is all excellent position for white. Okay. So ng6 is not a great move because I will just castle and then play f4 with a good game. Then center is good and mobility of white pieces are better. So many times Budapest players they are not happy with the move d4 and f6. white plays knight f3. There is no Budapest. That is why they give the London gambit. Before playing, they give now. So that after you pawn into pawn, the knight will attack, then queen can come. And then suppose you do like this check is there, and now they want to play offer a pawn and then more development. Okay, this is the plan of black. But I would say the game which I was impressed by seeing the book in the best games of Grigori, Queen d5. Now knight c6. Grigori played Queen d5. London Gambit. Who is going to attack the queen now? Now if you attack knight here, then Queen e4. I will play Queen e4. So this itself, now you attack me again, then Queen b3 or Queen e4, white gets a clear better game. So Grigori simply refuted this. I would say what you call London. This is called London Gambit. Just nc6, Queen d5, just wrong. Now you play. Now you come here, knight. This is very strong position. Now here, I am not obliged to take it. I am not obliged to take now knight here. This is good. Material equal but a clear superiority. You have a problem on c7, you will have problem. Now the knight is heading to c7, b5. You will have a problem. Then what about the bishop g5 move? So this is simply white stands better. Center development open line. Okay. I wanted to show you that three games. Idea, if you play like this, he can play some move sometimes e3 and knight b5. Then your knight is pushed to a bad square. So I want to stop that plan. All this is not very nice because you have pushed the pawns, creating a lot of weak squares. Black has got initiative. You have got all the advantage of the, what you call the classical French, everything except the b8 square is covered. That also he handles. Excellently played. Further weakness. I would say, I would say here, I would say in this point also, you can go queen to b6. This is also good. Now you weaken the dark squares. B3 will turn out badly. Queen f5 check. Now B3, there is no bishop. Bishop is cut off from the D2. So B3 Queen f5 check. This is very strong position. So you have to take. Now the position already bishop pair has come. The pressure on center. This is just bad. Two more positions on the same thing. Now if you play a move like knight here, this is okay. Now you go back here. Now I will play c5 and c6 etc. You can play knight here, no problem. Only thing, you don't blunder like this. Don't blunder. Knight into pawn will come. So then knight c6 with a reasonable pressure on the position. So in the game, no, in the game he played. I did overwrite. No, I did not do overwrite. The central pressure necessary because pawn takes pawn and bb4 is coming. Now pawn takes pawn and bb4 will win material. So you have to overprotect a2. Even I think this is also an advantage. This is also, but he is delaying because till you complete development, the queen will enter to h7. So he is delaying this capture. Now f7 weakness is there. This is a weakness because black wants to castle quickly. So white will keep him busy here, getting ready to castle. Knight will cover f8. I think black has coordinated and black stands better. What is wrong with the position? The arrangement of white pieces, the pawn is not participating in center. So this has no sacrifice possibility. I mean, there is no clear-cut plan that white is having to exploit. This is the only point he is watching. That's all, which is not a great thing. I would say that exchanging only merely helps black, but he is not getting a plan. It is actually a rapid blues game. Minus. There is no more activity, and now the queen will come back to c7 and clearly better. So I leave this game. One more game in the variation. G5 met by ne4. So what is the achievement? What white has achieved here? Now white has no attacking plan. Bishop d3 will be driven away, and pawn takes pawn will surrender center. So it is artificial moves. All this gets no advantage. Plus, I think this was the game. Anish Giri was black, and Vladimir Artemiev was white. So here, no, I think I have already showed you the game. This is the main line I have already showed. So in the afternoon session, I will cover some concepts, maybe some more interesting new middle game themes today. Okay. So thank you very much, friends. I will be back at 2:30 p.m. today. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care and bye. And actually, on 24th, 26th, and 28th of November, evening 7 to 8, I will give three topics on graphic chess. 24th, I will be covering Indian chess triumphs. So, I mean, the great achievements by some Indian player in Olympiad, zonal, or interzonal, or world championship by Anand. So, the Indian chess triumphs on 24th, 7 to 8. Every time it will be 7 to 8 in the evening on graphic chess. 24th, 26th, 28th. 26th, my topic will be chess talk. My topic I will be talking on various subjects and about preparation, planning, and about typical middle game ideas. And 28th, it will be analysis of classic games. So 24, 26, 28, evening 7 to 8, I will be there on graphic chess. Some three lectures I will give. So I will be back at 2:30 p.m. today afternoon for today's next class. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार.